What's up, guys? So I just wanted to shoot a quick update video on my shift knob. It's been about 2 months since I Plastidipped my shift knob. That video can be found here. And I figured I'd give you guys an update because I've had a few people ask, how it looks today and how it's holding up. So overall, there hasn't been any major issues with it. It's not really peeling or anything like that, but I figured I'd show you guys. So first of all, I've noticed that there are some patchy areas, mostly around the right-hand side. It seems to me like the top layer of Plastidip that I sprayed is peeling off a little bit, but it's not really noticeable, and I don't think anybody else would notice it. I only notice it under closer inspection. Also, you could still see some of the sand granules showing through the Plastidip. I was thinking that would go away, but it really hasn't. It's really not noticeable unless somebody's looking for it, but it is worth noting. Also, there are some sand granules down here on my shift boot that have broken loose. I was thinking that would stop, but 2 months later it still happens a little bit. So it's really not that big of an issue in my opinion. It's not super noticeable. This really isn't that bad for a DIY. It was never really meant to be a super professional option. It was meant to be a cheap DIY option for a flossy shift knob or something else that was textured. I will say that I have noticed a difference in the Plastidip as it's an insulator. It hasn't been hot yet, but it has been cold, and some days it's 20, 30 degrees. And I've noticed that other things in my car that are metal are freezing cold, but my shift knob isn't that bad. It's definitely still colder than some plastics and some rubbers, but it doesn't transmit the cold quite as well, and I expect it to do the same in the heat. Once summer comes and we have some really hot days, I'll give you guys an update on that as well. But that's all I have for right now for this 2-month update. Overall, it's still holding up really well. I could always re-Plastidip it if I choose to. It's really not worth it at this point, but if it continues to degrade or something like that, then I might. If I were to re-Plastidip it in the future, I probably wouldn't use sand. I love the texture that sand gives, but it doesn't seem to hold up quite as I had hoped. So if I was going to redo it, I would probably just spray Plastidip from further away so that I would end up with a textured finish. There are countless videos on YouTube, if you would search that, on how to get a textured Plastidip finish. So if you guys are interested, I would check out those videos, do a YouTube search. But overall, it's held up very well, and I'm still very pleased with it. I love the texture it has. So I hope you guys enjoyed this update video, and I'll catch you guys next time.